bullshit. Ugh. It's a lie anyway. Everything you say in that recording is a fucking lie. Maybe recorded? You're so federally regulated, you know it's recorded. I know it's recorded. Who are you bullshitting? And if it's not recorded, you're fucking dumb. Oh, come on. It's fucking 9 o'clock in the morning in Detroit. You gotta have a person working by now. What the shit for? Come on. This is the best you can do in a corporate office like this? At the corporate level?
Thank you for calling Flagstar Banking Support. My name is Mary. How can I help you?
Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow? I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Absolutely. I get it all the time. It's okay.
Do you, seriously? Mary?
Yes.
Mary, are you married?
I am not.
How old?
Don't meet that one.
How old are you?
I am 32.
Okay, do you know LaRonda Nelson?
I do, very well.
Oh, well, when you say very well, how well is very well?
Yes, we are very close.
Is she like sitting right next to you right now?
She actually is not in the office quite yet, so I don't know.
What?
I'm not sure what time she's starting today.
Whoa. Is she running late today? Is she late? Hello?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I said, is she late today?
She normally is here in the nighttime, so she just hasn't
Oh,
made
she
it yet.
does
She's
nights
maybe
now?
not
God.
late yet, so.
Oh, she does nights now? She's not
still has a little more
daytime?
time.
She's nights, not days?
Can you hear me okay there?
You're not hearing me. I said, so she works nights now? She doesn't work days?
Normally she is here at the nighttime, yes.
Oh my God. I've known LaRonda since, probably not as long as you did, but from like 2012, 5 years now. And I always knew her as the daytime girl. When did she move to nights?
I'm not really sure. I can't really say when that happened.
How long have you known her?
I've been here for about 5 years now. So.
And she's always been night in 5 years?
I can't really say for sure. I'm not 100% positive.
No, because she handled my corporate accounts up until, God, what year are we in? Up until maybe 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago. Okay, I have several matters I'm calling about. So, can you help me since my favorite Flagstar person isn't there? Can you be my new favorite? Is she married, by the way? Is LaRonda married? I think she is, isn't she?
I don't think so.
What?
I can't really say.
Why? Because she'd kill you?
Maybe. That is very possible.
Okay. Yeah, see, I've asked her and she's...
Well, I can look at your account with you. I'll be happy to help.
Okay.
I can have either an account number
or a name or a social or something. Hi, this is Kurt Kelly. I'm also...
Are you still there?
Yeah. Can you not hear me?
No, you're just going in and out a little bit. But if I can have the account number again, I can...
I didn't give you an account number. I said or a social or a name or something you could look me up by. That's what I said.
I can have the account or your social security number, please?
Yes, but I'm trying to tell you something before I give that to you. So if I could finish, unfortunately you're not hearing me. Not your fault. Obviously, somebody in the telecom world wants to make sure we're not communicating well. By hacky. As I was starting to say, is I have multiple identities. So I think I said I was Kurt Kelly, correct?
If you did, I didn't hear you.
Oh, okay.
That information.
Kurtkelly. So it may be listed that way on some accounts. I don't remember if we put it on the one I'm calling about specifically right now. But it may also come up under the name of Joseph Cronin. I have multiple identities when I'm not doing television and film or being an erotic genius. I do federal contracting for our government. So when you're being...
information and confirm which one we have here.
Yeah, you don't have the one that says Jason Bourne or stuff like that. But anyway, if you Google Kurt Kelly and Jason Bourne, you'll see that I am Jason Bourne. The real Jason Bourne is Kurt Kelly. Anyway, it's my Hollywood life. So the social will be under 38662. See, that's why there's that preface, because you're going to see all kinds of stuff come up. 386622594. There's a joint personal savings account that Bill Scheffler set up with, because he's my CFO for Live Video Inc., which I know we had corporate accounts that we have since closed due to all the terrorist acts that have happened to me and my companies. But on the savings account, I think he said there's maybe $50 or $100 in it. I don't know the balance off the top of my head, but somebody robbed my ATM card, and I need a new one shipped to me here in Los Angeles.
Well, let's start by getting a block placed on that card. I can assist. I'm sorry, I do just need to complete some verification.
Oh, yeah.
Taken care of.
Yeah, date of birth is 5/31/59.
Thank you so much. If I can just start with your name again.
It's either under Kurt, KURT, KELLY, or Joseph, middle initial E for Edward, Cronin, CRONAN. It could be under either or both. I don't remember how we registered this account. I did tell him I wanted both names on it, but I think Bill said that you guys only wanted to do one or the other. I don't remember.
No problem at all. Mr. Cronin, if I can have your date of birth again as well, please.
5/31/59, Sheboygan, Michigan. Mother's maiden name is Gardner.
That was perfect. Thank you so much. Let's definitely go ahead and get that taken care of for you.
So I obviously might know me if I know about Mrs. Gardner.
Thank you so much. And I did pull up your account here so we can take a look. And I just want to make sure I did understand correctly. Your ATM card is missing?
Yes, it is. And it has been missing, and I haven't been able to call you since August, early August. I didn't get to call you because I didn't have phones for more than 5 minutes. I literally went through 45 cell phones last month alone in robberies. And I've already started this month out by having 6 phones ripped off yesterday that I had just purchased.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
I really do live in a very tangled spy world where I go through millions. I can go through $1 million in a day.
Oh, wow.
Without even trying. Just,
oh, no.
Yeah, if you ever get to know Bill Scheffler walking down the hall, or you're at the corporate office, aren't you?
Correct.
Yeah, he's over in Farmington Hills. If you ever go over and meet Bill Scheffler, he's an amazing accountant. He's been with my companies and me for like... and he's over at Cantor Elkis, where you have a Flagstar Bank in Farmington Hills on Northwest Highway. At that one is where he set up the account, in fact.
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah, so if you ever get over there and meet Bill, he's the nicest guy in the world, and he'll help you with taxes, but Bill did open it there.
He knows all about that.
Oh, yeah, and he knows all the tales of Kurt Kelly, Joseph Cronin, Jason Bourne, Edward. He knows more stuff than he would ever like to admit. He knows my dark secrets.
Oh, wow. So that's something.
So anyway, since you're not married, how old are you? 12? Oh,
I am 32.
Okay, how many children can we have?
I am going to say 0.
0, you don't want children? Or you don't want me?
No.
Which is it? You don't want a spy in your life, or you don't want children?
Maybe a little bit of both.
Oh, wow. And see, I was going to offer to come to Detroit, sweep you off your feet, and then we'd just travel and be like rock stars, but I feel like I've been shot through the heart, and you're to blame.
I'm so sorry.
You give love a bad name. Also, in addition to replacement card, I tried to also go online and, even using his password, set up an account for me so I can be online, and it's not letting me do it using his username and password to go in and set up a username and password for me to have access to my own account. So how can I get online access when I'm blocked from using what he thought was my password, or what he has as password isn't working for me. How can I get an online account set up so I can see what's going on with my account? Because there may be fraud on it from last month that I'm not aware of because I can't even see a statement.
Absolutely. I will be happy to assist with your online banking information as well.
And who is getting the fit?
Sorry, go ahead.
And just so I don't forget, who is Bill getting physical statements? Are they being mailed to Northwestern Highway, or there's no statements on this account? I don't know what's happening with statements.
Currently for this account, your savings account is enrolled into online banking statements, so those are
available online.
They're available.
Right, but they're not being mailed, so it's not like they're going to Bill and he has a backup copy, correct?
That is correct.
All right, so the only way I'm going to be able to see this is to go online. So how can, all right, that answers my question. Okay, so you started to say you did something with a card, so I'll let you lead for a while, and I'll follow, even though you don't want to marry me or have children. And I think you're beautiful, and I love your voice, and you're merry, and I thought we could get married. I'll get over my rock and roll fantasy for at least 10 minutes until I can swoon you back. And one other thought, before you get off the phone, I want to plant a seed for Flake Star Bank, which they'll probably say no to, but if they say yes to, could probably make you guys global heroes. And I'll save that for when we clean up these problems. I'll tell you about an event I'm working on that I think your bank should be an official sponsor for, and what it would mean to your bank. You just got to help me figure out who I got to talk to at your bank and how to pitch it, because it's going to be worth literally billions of dollars.
Okay, absolutely. And we can definitely get the correct person on the line with you who can look into that for you. They'll be able to accept that.
Got it. Cool.
But I was able to take a look here, starting with your card. I did go ahead and get a block placed on that since it is now lost, so no other transactions will be able to complete with that.
Can we review what transactions have been done on it, most current backwards, till we find ones that are all okay, or we get the ones that weren't mine because somebody's had the card and I had no way to get in touch with you guys. This is the first time I've had a phone long enough where I could even find LaRonda's number to even call the bank.
Okay, absolutely. We can definitely take a look into the last transactions that I posted. We'll make sure that you do recognize those. The last transaction to actually complete to the account, this was a deposit that was completed back on the 14th.
Yeah, that was Bill putting money in to offset an overdraw, right?
Okay.
So what's the balance right now, $20 or something?
Correct. Currently, the available balance is $20.02.
Oh, party like a rock star. Okay, great.
Absolutely. So the card has been closed, so nothing else is able to complete with that. I do apologize, Ms. Cronin. I am not able to assist with a ATM card here in customer service. That does have to be processed by your banking center and up to the branch to send that to you in the mail if they are able to. With debit card. Yes, sir. Go ahead when you're ready. Go ahead.
Can we put a debit card on this account?
We can order you a debit card for this account.
What I'd like to do then, yeah, and if you could email me, do you have an email address for me on file or just Bill?
I can definitely confirm if we do have one. What is a good email address for you?
Oh, shit, I don't know which one I might have given you guys. I have so many of them. It could have been Disaster Relief Inc., like a corporation INC, at Gmail.
Well, Mr. Cronin, your email here currently on file is kurtkelly@gmail.com.
Not a good one to use since someone's hacked that account and I have not had access to it in 4 years, literally.
Let's definitely get that updated. I can assist.
Oh, wow, that comes from the old files. I would use, let me think what one I'm going to see. These are bizarre email addresses. I'm trying to think. Probably the simplest one for you guys, which you would know from past files anyways, is Live Video Inc., which is one of the corporate accounts we had with you guys for several years. Just like it sounds, LIVE Video INC @gmail.com. Or Disaster Relief Inc. as a backup alternate. You could send to both, and that's the other project I want to talk to you about. It's a charity, a nonprofit NGO with the UN for humanitarian interests. Disaster Relief Inc. @gmail. either or both do still get to me. I hope to recover my own personal account someday, but my personal life is such a mess that'll be down the road when I solve the world's problems first. Because I think our president's a fucking asshole and needs to go to prison, and most of the people on Capitol Hill. I know I shouldn't talk about politics, but I can't help it. I'm a Kennedy. I was born into this stuff. I didn't get a choice. So I would like to get a debit card on it, and if you could email me the bank routing numbers, because I get federal funds every month and pension funds, even though I'm the most working retired actress in history. Actress. Wow, now I'm an actress. Yes, I'm a she-bitch. Because I actually retired in 1999, but I still work all the time. So I need to have U.S. Treasury funds that come in around the 3rd, direct deposited. I don't know if it's even too late, but I think I'm ahead of the cutoff that I can get it in for next month. Or do you know if it's too late to get you guys registered to get direct deposit for next month with Social Security? Do you know if I've passed that cutoff window, if my pay date's on the 3rd?
I wouldn't be able to advise on that. You would have to contact Social Security to confirm if that can be still processed. But Ms. Cronin, I can give you the routing number. Unfortunately, I am not able to send that via email. But I can provide that to you now over the phone whenever you're ready.
Fuck. That means I've got to rustle around here. Oh, God, I live in such a precarious position. And find a pen and something to write on, which I wasn't prepared to do. Oh, hold it. You know what I could do?
It is also available on our website as well, if you'd like to visit flagstar.com.
Well, it may have your routing number, but it's not going to have my account number, and I need that. And since I don't have any statements or card, I don't have any way to even reference it, so I am going to have to take some notes. So what I'm doing is...
get that information for you.
Yeah, so just give me a minute. I'm bringing up... and we can cover some other stuff. I'm bringing up another phone where I can store it in a database, so it's not a piece of paper that somebody's going to steal from me later today, and now I'll be calling you back again, pulling my hair out. So I'm going to take down the information here in just a second. Now, is there any downside of me also publishing it if family, friends, or fans want to send Uncle Kurt donations to his bank account because they know he's getting jacked so hard by his dysfunctional Uncle Sam, or is that an ill-advised idea?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I understand your question.
If I were to publicly run a social media campaign that says, you know, Uncle Kurt needs some help, he's given a lot to the world, he got robbed again for $10,000 yesterday. Hey, anybody want to help Uncle Kurt can wire money to him through this bank routing number and account? Or is that a dumb idea because I'm setting myself up for some kind of other hacking or fraud?
I do not recommend sharing your account number with just general public.
Why? What's the downside?
That can cause fraud. People can complete unauthorized transactions, and this will just cause issues with the account.
How can I realize it's possible. I'm just trying to get my head around how they can do it with just an account number and not have the other valid stuff. How could they? Or am I just being too stupid? Forget about it. It's just the dumbest idea you've heard of.
That is not the best idea. I do not recommend sharing any of your personal information with general people that you're not familiar with unless you're making a bill payment or you do trust that person.
Mary, I love your professionalism and I applaud you for it, and I'm saying it on your phone line, so anybody monitoring, which they do and they record, I know we may monitor and record bullshit. You're regulated by federal government. You know you're recording to cover your ass, and I appreciate that. You're doing excellent customer service, but you can also say, Kurt, I give you permission to say, Kurt, that's a really dumb idea. Don't do something that stupid. It's okay. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. I would rather have that honesty from people than have them kind of go, well, I don't think I'd do that. That doesn't sound like a good idea. That to me is too wishy-washy, and then I'd go do it and say, oh, fuck you, watch this. But if you think it's going to open me up for a shit ton of fraud, I've had too much already. I don't need more, and that's why we're having some of the problems I'm having now. Is there a dummy account number through the routing? I know we had this set up. I think we had this set up with Flagstar, one of the corporate accounts, where it had like a dummy routing number through like Bank of America Merrill Lynch or something, and then it hits you guys? Or is there not a way to do that on a personal account?
Not for this account. You do only have the one routing and the one account number.
But you understand what I'm talking about on the corporate account, how we did something through Merrill Lynch Bank of America, was where they were routing it to instead of directly your bank, but it did end up hitting our account every month when we were getting...
referring to a wire transfer?
Oh, yes, and it was. It was wire transfers from India.
Okay, absolutely. So those may have gone through an intermediary bank, but this would not be applicable in this situation.
So there's no way to set on this account, there's no way to set something up like that. Is there a way to do it on another account to set something up like that?
No, sir. Any account number that is assigned to you is just the one account number and the one routing number for that information.
Even for incoming wires?
Unless it is an international wire that is being completed.
Oh, it's specifically international, so it can't be just a wire. It has to be outside of U.S.
That is correct, but you still would be providing them your information.
Yeah, obviously you'd have to, or they couldn't. It'd be like hoping to get a Western Union, but they didn't know what city to send it to and what phone number to use for you, so it's never going to go through anyway. They're not going to get a confirmed number. Shit. That kills it. Because the reason I'm asking is because a corporation we haven't run an account through you guys is Disaster Relief Inc., which is an IRS-registered nonprofit NGO. Do you know what an NGO is?
I can't really say, but Mr. Cronin, I can help with any information regarding your account. I do want to make sure we stay on task with what we're looking at.
And well, this is part of what I'm calling to address, because it is a banking question, because I'm just trying to decide if I can do it through a personal account or through a corporate account to accomplish what I need. And that's why I'm asking these questions. So it is part of the call that I needed to make. It is part of my focus. It's not just finding what fraud may have happened on this account. It's how I can either expand this account or another account to accomplish some things I need to do for some immediate fundraising goals for this nonprofit that I run, that I own, that's humanitarian global interest. We're putting on a concert for world peace. The event is an 8-day broadcast slated at this point for next May 31st through June 7th to be like a Live Aid international concert event, live broadcast 24/7 for 8 solid days to raise a lot of money to help fight against wars through humanitarian interest, as well as help to cure countries that are war-ravaged, and to help clean up pesticides and pollution and change the legislation and healthcare. There's a whole charter on it. What I was going to propose to your bank, in addition to this call about personal account, is how can we open up a charter account for the NGO, the nonprofit, where people can donate money, because I've got to raise literally about $4 billion to pull this broadcast off between now and next May, so I've got to go into overdrive fundraising in the next how many months I have left immediately, because if I don't, we're never going to hit the mark, and I'm going to have to either reschedule or cancel the broadcast. And I think a concert for world peace is really vital right now at a time where we're on the verge of potentially going to World War III, because no one's going to win World War III. So I thought if Flagstar could help facilitate the right type of account that works for us and them, where people can make donations into it, yet we can still have it secure, and maybe Flagstar would like to help be an official sponsor, which of course we would expect some donations and some large money in, but the upside is all the money we're getting donated and the global funds from the broadcast, which potentially will make hundreds of billions with rewrites, replays, song royalties, etc. If you can well imagine what intellectual property is worth of that magnitude, could be a very large account for the bank if you can, one, handle that type of large account, or is this something we should be talking more to JP Morgan about, or a larger bank? I'd like to do it with you guys because you've always done well by us, but I can't let this drag on like another month or two to make a decision. I'm in a... What the fuck just happened to my call?